Okay, guys, welcome to the Rest of You Internationals here on Phoenix 92.5 FM. The Rest of You block of programming, and we are back after a week break where Jason Namako and the rest of the lads over in Indie Roundup took care of the show. Bryn, welcome, man. How are things?
Pretty good. Slow news week, huh?
Yeah, crazy news week.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot to get through.
Always.
I feel like I say that, though, every week, but it is kind of true.
Yeah, but I think as well, because we've been, like everyone who listens to you, thanks, because we've been very erratic with our shows in the last 6 months.
We're trying to get better.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's been difficult for the two of us.
So much changes. So many changes. It's like it's kind of trying to sort everything down and nail it down. But we are trying to get better. So it will eventually just kind of level out again. But for the moment,
yeah, absolutely,
it's a little bit erratic. And I'm trying to get a new show out every week. So guys, if you are kind of like, guys, come on, I want a new show every week. It's like, you do. You might not get us. You'll get someone,
Yeah, it's going to be someone doing it. We'll get around. We'll get around.
You either have a show
issue.
with Adam and Doug or with Jason and his crew.
Yeah.
So, we try our best.
To be fair, guys, there are so many good wrestling podcasts out there right now as well.
No, there's none. It's just us.
No, come on. There really are, though. Some really good ones.
But no, we do appreciate everyone who listens in.
Yeah.
And,
the fact that you guys choose us is kind of nice.
Yeah, it is. And we are going to that's why I had the little glitch there a few minutes ago, because we were talking about trying to update the YouTube channel more. We're going to do that. We're not going to post full shows.
We're going to make YouTube real strong, guys.
Yeah, we're going to make it really strong, like Roman Reigns strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought the Royal Rumble was this week.
Yeah, you did. How relieved are you, though?
Oh, I'm so relieved.
Yeah,
because I really don't want to watch the Royal Rumble yet.
Yeah.
I think by the time next week rolls around, I'll be more into it.
Yeah.
But this week was so mad, and there's so much to cover already.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of
having predictions to throw in there too.
No way. So that's all the kind of housekeeping we have to get through now. We were talking as well. We're going to do a special kind of pre-recorded show.
Yeah.
The week after.
Unfortunately, I've got a holiday coming up. So
no holidays allowed.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I won't take holidays from the show I don't get paid for.
No holidays. No holidays.
I've got a holiday coming up, so we're going to put an episode in. We're going to do a pre-record episode for you guys, but I'm hoping that you'll like it. So
yeah, it's we're not going to get too much into it now, but we will drop some hints over the Facebook page.
And over the Twitters.
And over the Twitters.
And the Instagrams. And the fax machines.
We don't have an Instagram.
We could have an Instagram. Should we have an Instagram?
What are we going to post? I have an Instagram, but I don't use it. I'm not interesting enough to post Instagram pictures.
I don't like photos.
Neither do I. It's like this is why we do podcasts, because you guys don't have to look at us.
Yeah.
Even to the band, the lads are like, oh, we need an Instagram. I'm like, why? And so they use it. I'm like, okay, we play music.
But again, it's social media. I totally get it.
I don't know. What was wrong with just Although, to be fair, speaking of social media, people have always used social media to complain all the time.
Of course.
No, but it even goes back thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
I posted something on my own Facebook account of something from ancient Samaria. It was literally someone complaining in tablet form about copper that they were sold.
Oh, brilliant.
And I was just like, really? We still complain about this similar stuff 8,000 years later? It's mad.
Oh, there was this joke by Adam Hills. I'm going to try and clean it up a little bit because the language got a bit foul there, but he was at this town hall meeting for his local community, and there was this woman. She was a pensioner. Right. We're talking mid 70s, mid 80s kind of age range, and she just went all you people do is bicker over the same stuff year in, year out. Things get slightly better, some things get slightly better, some things get slightly worse, but it's the same stuff. And we're really, it can't be the same. The same stuff!
That pretty much is.
It is, though.
But that's the whole thing about life in general. Even wrestling, it's always cyclical.
Yeah.
It just goes in cycles, and then people die off and forget about the cycle, and then we go back to the cycle.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, and that's why wrestling is very, very similar after like 15 years or so because
Yeah.
most people have forgotten about it or else aren't watching anymore.
Yeah.
And then the ones that do remember are people like us who do wrestling podcasts and get frustrated by it. But
Yeah.
that's just the nature of the beast. Quick plug, actually. I want to plug Fire Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Play that game, guys. If you're a big gamer,
Yeah.
that's probably
If you haven't heard of Fire Pro,
no.
it's-
I guarantee people haven't heard of Fire Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about it until I was watching Kim Justice videos. Her stuff's
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
And
Fire Pro is awesome.
it is awesome,
Like-
but I'm just going to give some context to people. It's everyone's like, oh, No Mercy was the best game ever. It's like, yeah, it was good.
WWF games.
It's a really good WWF game, but it's not the best pro wrestling game ever. That's Fire Pro Wrestling. Like you can get it for the Dreamcast and stuff like that. But apparently the best version is the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
And that's still supported by mods, which has up-to-date rosters even like now.
Yeah, I remember playing it a while ago when when I could play as El Generico.
Yes.
Versus Kevin Steen.
No, but now they have
Savage.
now they have Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And like that's the most recent one I've actually seen.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, and you can buy it, but the mods and stuff are all free. So if you guys are big wrestling fans, do check that out. Obviously you're big wrestling fans.
Yeah.
If you're wrestling video game fans,
Yeah.
should I say, check that out. It's a heck of a lot better than the current WWE games, which aren't bad.
Yeah,
but they're not. They're lacking.
Yeah.
And again, I will say this: when your new game takes stuff out, that's not a good thing.
Well, I mean, when it came to the 2K stuff, 2K15 was their first new build, and I totally get them taking stuff out because they were putting in their own assets and their own animations. So and their own because they went the way they should have gone years ago when they were with THQ of going for proper body scans. Like the games have never looked better now.
Yes.
And that's even from the wrestlers look like the wrestlers. Do you
Yes.
remember how bad Booker T used to look?
Booker T was always a really for some reason it was with his eyes and dreads, I think,
Yeah.
which always kind of looked
Uncanny
odd.
Valley.
Yeah, it was too Uncanny Valley. It was like
Yeah.
playing. Do you ever play Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Like playing Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
It's like,
But,
the
thing is, it's got become a much better looking game. The
actually,
animations are amazing.
Do you know
now.
who had the best Booker T animation up until
TNA.
recently? TNA game.
Up until 2K started doing
Yes,
them. Yeah.
exactly. Like the TNA game graphically still holds up.
TNA was also the first wrestling game to use body scans
Yes.
and actually try to push for 60 frames per second.
Sadly, that's where all the money went
Yeah.
because it didn't go on to anything else,
Yeah.
and that's a terrible game.
TNA is Ultimate X is a really fun party match.
Yeah, but
You know,
But the thing about it is, it's not fun because everyone has the same moves.
I think it's more that there's such a limited amount of moves that can be done by certain people.
Everyone has a pole driver.
Yeah, but if you're your next division guy, you can do springboard moves, which is more fun than doing normal ones.
Yes, that's true.
Again, it's TNA was fun but very flawed.
Yeah,
It's kind of the way I put it.
like the company.
Yeah, yeah.
At one point, but we'll get on. We get on to TNA.
TNA has usually always had something fun going forward at some point or another.
True. We will talk about TNA as we progress through the
Probably
show.
not.
No, well, there are some points to talk about,
Sure.
and there's a huge bit of TNA news. Well, I'm going to call it TNA news. He was in TNA longer, so deal with it.
Okay.
But no, what I will say about WWE video games, give Fire Pro a go.
Yeah.
And there's worse things you can do. A lot of the new emulation system is out, like PlayStation 3 now,
Oh, sweet.
and Xbox 360 and the Wii are all their emulations are almost stable, so you'll be able to get that. Not that we condone emulation, but
No.
whatever.
Also, if you're a PC gamer and you have a spare tenner, check out Pro Wrestling X. It's a game currently being built.
Yeah.
It's on early access. It's not a finished game.
we're gonna try get
We're gonna try and get onto those guys.
those guys in the
Because
future.
it's really even just to read their page and kind of read what their last couple of builds have been is really interesting. They only recently, as of a couple months ago, added ragdoll physics.
Yes.
So it's really interesting to kind of see where their work in progress game is at. But, I mean, like, by no means is it a finished product. Don't expect to get like 2K16 levels of being finished, even though it's not exactly a good example of a finished game. But don't expect it to be even that kind of standard. Most of the guys have the same moves. Pretty much everyone kind of looks the same once you realize what the assets are. But yeah, anyway, still, if you have a spare tenner and you're interested in how games are developed, totally check it out.
Yeah, and we are going to try to get the developers on in the near future. We just, again, I need to stop being so lazy and actually...
We just need to fit in the time too, though.
That's true. Well, Phoenix is quite good for letting us, use their facilities and that kind of stuff. So we can actually do it.
Like, as well as that, dude, I have a dissertation due in 10 weeks. So,
that's true. That's true. Dude, a bit behind the curtain. Britt's doing a dissertation and he's doing college work. I'm doing a buttload of coding. So we are super busy. But,
Anyway, wrestling.
We'll try to do it. No, but that's why some people are just like, what's going on? And that's what's going on. But, guys, if you want to text in 085 10 50 181, you can, give us your Royal Rumble predictions, who you think is going to win, because there's loads of different names been thrown around there. New updated betting odds, which I don't really bet, at all. No. But Sky Bet list the top 10 guys who they think might win, and these are quite interesting. Brock Lesnar 16-1, John Cena 16-1, Seth Rollins is 14-1. Seth Rollins is not winning. No. Goldberg 14-1, he's also not winning. Chris Jericho 11-1, he's definitely not winning. Samoa Joe 11-2.
That's interesting.
Finn Balor 9-2.
I don't think Finn's gonna be ready for.
They say he's not, but he might be. If Finn is healthy, that's probably a good shout.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I don't really want Finn coming. Like, I would much rather if they held off on Finn until after Rumble. Because don't get me wrong, I love the dude to bits, and he's gonna have a hell of a career. But I don't really want them going, oh yeah, look, we're kind of arbitrarily putting him in the main event. And then he gets injured and going, hey, look, we're going to arbitrarily put him in the main event again.
Yeah.
No,
like, I think, well, they were hoping for Finn and his WrestleMania entrance. That's what they wanted, and that's what they built up. But
again, I kind of have to side with the Jason Solomon from Solomon Just Signs Off thing of Taker versus Balor.
Well, I do think that would happen.
Yeah.
And if he's not in the Rumble, that's probably exactly what will happen. Yeah. Which would be awesome. Randy Orton 7-2.
That's a bit weird.
Why would Randy Orton win? I just don't get it. It's like, no.
Orton doesn't really have any momentum
or
motivation for a title right now.
Like, don't get me wrong, Randy Orton's awesome, but
like, Orton versus Bray is gonna be
that's money right there. That's fine. That's just weird.
I kind of want it to be a babyface Bray as well.
Potentially. Well, after the altercation with Randy Orton, that might actually happen. Undertaker, 11-4.
Yeah.
Weird odds, but could happen.
I can see it. I can see where they're coming from.
See, here's the thing. Depends what they go with, right? If they go with Finn versus Undertaker, obviously neither one of them are winning it. However, if they go with Undertaker versus Cena, it all depends. Like, and if Orton, if Balor comes back, they will go with something else. Could work into the Undertaker match, but if Undertaker wins, you can pretty much guarantee that John Cena is going to be his opponent.
Yeah.
And finally, Braun Strowman, 5-2.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be Braun.
Why?
I honestly, it's more just because I think he could actually do with the Rumble win. I think he would benefit.
Well, here's something interesting. Sorry for cutting across you, man.
Guys wouldn't.
But here's what's interesting about the Royal Rumble, and I was actually thinking about this fairly recently. Remember when was the last time that the Royal Rumble was used to get someone over? Now, I'm not talking to build up a WrestleMania main event based on an established star. Like your John Cena's, your Alberto Del Rios, your Edges. Did Edge win? I don't think Edge won. Anyway.
When was the Royal Rumble used to get someone over?
Yeah, well,
when Roman had the record-breaking
well,
performance.
yeah, but that just got him. Oh, he didn't win.
No, but it got him over.
Yeah, but
that is the question you're asking.
No. I'm asking about the winner.
Flair.
Would it be that far back?
Yeah, name one. Like
that's what I'm asking. Like I put that out to our listeners as well. 085 10 50 181.
I mean,
when was the last time, in your opinion, that a winner of the Royal Rumble was used to build a star who wasn't already a star? Because some people say, "Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin, 1997," but he already was a star.
You couldn't say Ray because he was already a star.
That's true.
Could you say Benoit?
Well, we can't say Benoit because WWE have pretty much written him out of history for
It doesn't matter what WWE said. He won. It's just a historical fact. But anyway,
well, he was already over, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, like, he was already as over as he got because you can look at the attendance figures from that when he was champion. He didn't really draw money for them.
No. Well, look, I have the list of winners in front of me, which we'll go through. Actually, I think that might help.
Yeah.
And for the record, Edge didn't win, so I was wrong there. But okay, so
he didn't win.
No, he didn't win.
I thought he won a Rumble.
So did I. Oh wait, no, he did. 2010.
Yeah.
There we go. I was right. Don't doubt yourself, people. Anyway, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
Big John Studd. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Yokozuna, Bret Hart, Lex Luger, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Vince McMahon, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Chris Benoit, Batista, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, John Cena, Batista, Roman Reigns, Triple H. Right.
Luger, probably.
Yuck,
Luger or Flair. It's
it is that far back.
Once you get into the Attitude Era, it becomes more of a mechanism
to build storylines.
To build a storyline rather than to get a guy over.
That's true.
So
I didn't think it was that far back, but
yeah. Like, but when you see those, like once you see those people being named off, you're like, yeah, this is how things went.
Yeah, like it's weird because it's always sold in such a way that if you win this, you're gonna be a superstar. It's like you're already a superstar. Like as much as I like Triple H winning the belt, and I do think Triple H should win the Rumble every year. Joking, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. But, he didn't need to win it. That was obviously a storyline. Like, there was no... Like, he didn't get over by winning the Rumble.
But no one got over by him winning,
Well, I was happy.
Yeah, but, like, you know what I mean, though? Like, did it make Roman Reigns a bigger star? No. Did it make Dean Ambrose a bigger star?
Yeah,
no.
but when Roman Reigns won, that also didn't make him a big star. It was the Poochie moment heard around the world.
That's another conversation.
To
quote one of my favorite books of all time, that's another story and we'll be told at another time. Like he, like that like almost every Rumble for the last, I'm going to say 10 years at least, has done a really poor job of getting anyone over.
Yeah.
Well, okay, actually that's not fair. They did a good job of getting Roman over. The one where he had the record-breaking eliminations. That did a really good job.
Well, the Rumble also has gotten Kane over super big.
Yeah.
I think when you say the Royal Rumble, Kane is your guy who gets brought up every year.
Yeah, well, up until recently.
Of course, with Roman Reigns beating that.
Kofi.
And Kofi. So, but then again, they're like the Warlord or Santino.
Yeah.
Who took that? It's like they're names who are put in the video package, synonymous with the Royal Rumble. But like, I'm actually surprised myself.
Yeah,
I'm surprised myself that like looking at these lists, we've been propagandized into thinking one thing that actually isn't true. 1992 was the last time someone was made by the Rumble.
Flair had only been working for them for a couple of months.
Like some people say, Ric Flair's a star, but in WWE he wasn't the man yet.
Yeah, this is a really good way of fast tracking him to being the man. Even if you did get his ass handed to him by Taker at Mania that year. But like, I mean, that was the thing though too, is that like there's just so many like There's so like the thing that strikes me as well is Kurt Angle isn't on that list of people who's won the Rumble.
No. Well, think about it. When the years Kurt Angle was active.
Yeah. From 2000 2006.
Yeah, like 2006 obviously was just after Eddie Guerrero was not killed. He
Yeah, so
died.
because
So
he
you
was champion. He was champion at that time.
Well, no, 2006.
Yeah, he was champion.
Yeah, but it was the Rey Mysterio push, and you got to think that maybe if he hadn't died, we would have seen
Angle versus
Angle, which is something that they were kind of teasing at the time, and something that definitely I could probably see, if not Eddie winning that.
But you also have to remember, Angle only got that belt because Batista got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, look, he wouldn't have won 1999 because he debuted at Survivor Series. 2000, no, but he did have a fantastic match for the time with Taz. Yeah. So I wouldn't trade that. 2001, Stone Cold Steve Austin, his thing. 2002, Triple H, his return. 2003 was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So you're realistically, right, 2003 to 2006.
Yeah. He could have had Benoit's.
He could have had Benoit's, and he could have had Batista's. Should have actually had Batista's.
For the story they were telling about Batista, I think
there was another way to get there.
Yeah.
But again, 2006, 2005, and 2003, 2002, 2001 were all very much storylines for the sake of it. And not really to establish somebody. And I think maybe that's why we didn't see a Kurt Angle win. I have to say though, 2000 was weird because that was like The Rock where he tried to repeat he did repeat the Luger Bret Hart thing.
Yeah.
And that was for a waste of a WrestleMania match.
But that
fell away.
WrestleMania 2000 was a poor WrestleMania for a very good year of wrestling.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like 2000 was one of the best years ever in wrestling.
I would argue it's the best year of wrestling ever for WWE anyway.
I like 2001 up until the wheels kind of fell off with the end of the invasion. I have a personal soft spot for it, but I do agree that 2000 technically on paper is a lot better. Even week to week watching the shows, it's so much better. But WrestleMania 16, which they called 2000 was not good. Had 3 really good matches though.
Oh yeah, like it still had things that were worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
Also,
like the stage, like we'll get to that when we're talking WrestleMania. But what I would suggest to everybody listening, go back and look at these figures. And like we did a show a couple of years ago where we looked at the Royal Rumble 1999, and that's a cluster, what of a show. And a Rumble, that's just a mess of a Rumble.
That Rumble's so much fun though.
It kind of is though, but it also isn't because.
But like
we have people now who are listening to the show, or some people definitely people walking around who are wrestling fans. I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about like teenagers who weren't alive when the Rumble when this Rumble happened, so they don't know anything about it. But it's weird, And,
but I even still remember there was a Rumble a couple of years ago where like for the first 10 ones it was just CM Punk throwing guys out of the ring. It was
on the microphone.
That was amazing. He was on the Straight Edge Society, and he would just sit down Indian style and just cut promos on people.
Oh, it was phenomenal. And that was great.
And I remember sitting there with one of my friends, and like he was just going, "This is the dumbest thing," and like being real, like genuinely getting heated up because of Punk. And I was like, "This is great stuff. This is great heel stuff."
No, I loved it
from him.
But I think that was some of the best stuff of Punk's career.
Yeah,
was that run with the Straight Edge Society up like as far as character development? Because even when he became like a megastar, there wasn't really that much character being shown by Punk.
Well, I mean, again, talking about the odyssey of CM Punk is kind of a show in itself.
Which we might actually do. We might actually do in the future.
I think, I mean, it might be one thing if you guys are interested. We might actually kind of do bonus shows where we talk about guys of interest. Like, I'd love to do a show on Daniel Bryan. Yeah. Like, I'm actually reading his book again because I just got in the headspace to read it.
It's a good book.
Yeah,
very good book.
Like, I wouldn't mind doing one on him. Like,
there's lots to talk about, and
but there's loads of guys I'd love to kind of have discussions about.
Yeah, it's just literally gauging the interest. So let us know. WVI Desk 2016 at gmail.com is how you can reach us. And that's where we take your emails also. But
And
yeah,
we've also got a Twitter as well.
we
too.
have Twitter as well, which is at WVI Desk. But yeah, we will put a pin in the Royal Rumble talk because it's not this week; it's next week. We also are going to do predictions next week for the NXT Nakamura Bobby Roode.
Yeah, well, that's going to be done around Mania, isn't it?
Yeah, but I want to talk about that next week.
Sure.
Because it's kind of showing where they're
going
with things, and also going to shake up now with NXT.
Yeah.
So there's some big names coming in and a big change happening there soon. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to put a pin in that. And speaking of somebody who hasn't won a Royal Rumble, the big shocker news was that Kurt Angle is going to be inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame class 2017, which means that he is the second person to be in 2 Hall of Fames.
Is it?
Yeah. Sting.
Oh,
was first.
yeah. No, sorry. I was going like, what? Oh, yeah, no.
The TNA Hall of Fame is real.
I'm pretty sure both of them are in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Hall of Fame or
really?
one of those kind of ones as well. Like, an actual Hall of Fame instead of 2 BS ones.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, he's in the TNA Hall of Fame, and he's also going to be now in the WWE Hall of Fame, which is great for Kurt Angle. A lot of people.
Kurt deserves it, man.
Kurt deserved it a long time ago.
Yeah, but he's been deserving of it.
What's weird about Kurt Angle though, and
just how quickly he picked up the game.
Yeah, but also like I remember Kurt Angle debuting in WWE.
Yeah.
Like crystal clear. Like as if it happened yesterday. I remember it. And he debuted against Meat and it was terrible. And then
he
he
still
just
got heat, which was crazy.
But then he just took off.
But he just got it.
He in a year he went from that.
He went from green to just getting it like no.
Well, no, I would say that like 2 months later at the Royal Rumble when he had that match against Taz.
Well, I think Taz was a great opponent for him.
He was Taz got himself over as a jip. He also got him over.
The two of them had because Taz was the guy who tried to bring Kurt into ECW.
Yeah,
the two of them have had a relationship for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Taz and other guys were actually. Like guys like Taz and Regal, I wouldn't be surprised if they were pointing him in directions, and him getting to link up with Benoit and Jericho when he was there too. Obviously helped him. Well, because the rivalry he had with those two were great.
Yeah, like his match with Benoit is legendary.
His
matches. Should I say sorry? The three-way that he had at WrestleMania. Where Angle lost both belts in one night, which was hilarious.
Yeah, but great.
He was
such an easy heel to hate too.
But see, it's weird because he went from being like a goofy Boy Scout thing to just being like a whiner.
Yeah,
and then like going full circle back to like a comedy character, and then super babyface, and it's super intense. Like if you look at Kurt Angle from when he debuted, or even 2000, up until where he ended up, like when he left WWE, he was totally different.
Yeah.
And then the SmackDown 6 happened. So there was this huge transition where people always respected Kurt Angle, but you're able to have a laugh with him too. And then he just switched gears and became this amazing talent.
Yeah. But again, he...
truly.
He just picked it up so quickly, though. I mean, the most recent person we've seen pick it up this quickly has been Charlotte.
Yeah.
Well,
that's in her blood.
Yeah, but it's also like this is like Charlotte's 4th year of wrestling. Like,
actually, can I talk about something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm reading the press release here, and I totally forgot about this, and it's really horrible that I did. King of the Ring winner.
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah.
And then that set up 2001 where he tried to win 2 years in a row and had that phenomenal match with Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Arguably Shane McMahon's probably best match.
Oh, it is his best match. There's no arguably about it.
There's one or two that are slightly better as far as like spots wise and story wise and stuff. I like the match with Steve Blackman. That was a really good match. But anyway,
I love how I think that match is his best match. It's just the way the match built and everything.
Yeah, like okay, I suppose from a technical standpoint, it is probably his best match.
Like mixture of spots and the story told.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. But that match wasn't possible without Kurt Angle winning. So it's just the continuity was really, really, really well established. But man, just some of his achievements here in WWE alone. WWE champion four times, right? A World Heavyweight Championship, the WCW United States Championship, the Hardcore Intercontinental and World Tag Team Championships. In addition, he was also European champion, which they don't list here for some reason.
Because there's the Eurocontinental
champion, the first Eurocontinental champion. And actually, no, was he the first? No, I think Jeff Jarrett was the first.
Yeah, but Jeff Jarrett doesn't count in any regard for anyone.
2000 King of the Ring winner.
Even Jerry Jarrett forgets about Jeff Jarrett at times.
Oh man,
Jeff Jarrett sucks.
He's not that bad. I like Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett can't work a match without using a weapon shot.
That's true. Can I just actually hold on? Why does he still carry that guitar around? I get that he was a country singer, but come on.
He hates guitars.
But wasn't that exposed as he wasn't even playing or singing? So it doesn't make sense that he's carrying around the instrument of his.
But he hates guitars.
He does.
He just hates the craftsmanship.
Do you remember when you could buy? Remember when you could buy the guitar from TNA shop for $60?
Yeah.
And he'd sign it for you.
You know that he's back too. Don West is back.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy Don West is back. Don West is awesome.
Don West still has a job. Don West is still alive.
I'm glad about that, though. Yeah. I like Don West. Don West is a good dude.
Yeah. Actually, should we get on and talk about stuff that happened this week?
Sure, go on.
So, okay, we'll talk about the tournament, I suppose. The UK tournament.
Yes.
So,
just before we get into it, WWE now are blocking all press releases and press interviews for guys who are on this card, which is incredibly interesting because it also lends credibility to the fact that UK wrestling outside of this tournament might actually be coming to the network and or be bought by WWE.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting.
Not confirmed nor denied, but also does make sense. Considering the fact now that personally, I know people who had interviews with Matthews and a few other guys, all pulled now.
Yeah,
which is what WWE do. So there you go.
It's
strange.
This is going to be a very interesting time. I kind of hope that the relationship that Progress and Rev Pro and whoever else and ICW that they're going to be working with, I hope they're going to even more of a DSW or OVW treatment rather than
direct involvement.
Well, I don't think that. Let those guys.
I don't even think that'd be possible. What are they going to have someone stationed over in England?
Yeah.
Triple H. They're going to have
just give Dave Taylor a promotion. Give friggin' who else is really good?
Well, actually, Triple H wouldn't be the worst. No, I'd be more concerned that Vince is what's going on over there, and he shows over and he's change it all, and then you have Raw, but with everyone with a UK accent. It's oh no, that would be death.
I don't think it's going to go that extreme, but I mean more of a NXT UK kind of thing.
That'd be all right. That's what this tournament felt like.
Yeah, I'd much prefer if it was much more of a hands-off approach.
Yeah.
To it, just because the guys who run ICW and Progress are doing a good thing, helping develop talent. Don't change it. Don't mess with it because it
is now being reported that WWE have contracted these guys.
That's good, but I just hope it's not again, I hope it's more of an OVW.
Yeah. So the talents in names.
Yeah.
The talents named, should I say, were Pete Dunne, Mark Andrews, and Trent Severn, who are all apparently to appear at the Working Arrest Hall podcast.
Interesting.
So, there you go.
So, yeah, anyway, what did you think of the tournament?
I liked it.
It was really good. Really, really good.
It was interesting. I'll be 100% honest, I thought the wrong guy won. But, I
get the story they were telling.
100%. I don't like Tyler Bate, at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm kind of. I thought he looked great in the tournament.
except for that mustache, man. Shave.
It's part of his gimmick.
Yeah,
he is in Mustache Mountain. Be kind of weird being in a tag team called Mustache Mountain if you don't have a mustache.
I know, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you have to like it. Like, again, for me, I'm really not crazy about Pete Dunne. Don't get me wrong.
But he also beat Jordan Devlin, so it's kind of like, screw you.
But again, that doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to me. I don't care.
Well, come on, it's the only Irish guy in the tournament.
So?
Like, I kind of want him to win.
Look, you're talking to someone who does not really have a shred of patriotism in him.
No, but then he also beat Mark Andrews as well, which is like, I like Mark Andrews. So he beat everybody who I actually liked.
Yeah, but that's boo-hoo. That happens. Like,
well, in a fake sport, it's kind of like, come on, it can be booked better.
So, like, again, they put him against some of the best talents, and he beat them. It's a good way to build them. Like, it'd be worse if he went up against guys who weren't, like, he went up against some of the best named quantities in the region and beat them. That's a good thing. Like, Pete Dunne, I'm not crazy about. I totally get why people like him. I totally get what he's doing. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. Like,
I get how what he does would get heat or should get heat, but it just doesn't. It doesn't fill me with anything, and that's not because I think he's terrible. Whatever. It's just one of those things where the act just doesn't work for me. Which is a really bland opinion, but it's the only way I can really vocalize my feelings on the dude. I don't know what he could do to change it, so I'd find it interesting. It's just he's good. It just I don't care for it. Like I really I thought they overdid the story going into the final. I think it would have been much better if Dunn had done something right at the bell. At the opening bell, instead of it being this injury angle at the end of the semi-finals and stuff, it just overshared the hand for me.
Well, did you notice the pacing on the matches was kind of weird?
Yeah.
Like, you're looking here, like, the first opening round, shall we say, the matches ranged from 10 to about 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. About 7 minutes being the average. And then they kind of shrunk down to 5 minutes.
Yeah, but that would make sense, though, too, because the guys are more tired and beaten up after having really... Because they've gone through 2 matches before they have the final. The match should be short.
It's the old King of the Ring, kind of, the old King of the Ring setup.
Yeah.
No, like, honestly, I think
from a psychology, like, not from a psychology point of view, but from, like, a logic point of view. Like, if UFC did a tournament where, like, say if they did, like, a lightweight tournament, would you expect the final to be a longer match than the opening rounds?
Depends on how the break was.
But like, say if people who were in the finals of that show had to fight 3 times, do you think that last match is going to be a long one? No, not at all. Someone's going to make a mistake.
Yeah,
Same thing there. Like, I thought they overdid it with the story. I think they could have done it a different way.
Were you upset Tommy End wasn't on the show?
Well, Tommy End was on the show.
Sorry, what am I saying? Sorry, no, forget me.
I was surprised they didn't.
No, sorry.
Go by his named.
No,
thing.
sorry. I meant, no. I'm sorry.
Huh?
On the network,
yeah,
he had a non-tournament match.
Yeah.
Are you annoyed that wasn't on the show?
No.
Why? It was a good match with Neville.
It was a great match with Neville, but I'm not upset that he wasn't on the tournament.
Yeah, like, I would have liked that match to be as part of the tournament.
Yeah,
I don't know why Neville wasn't on the tournament.
I think again I'm gonna go with Neville's line because it's a really good one of going. I understand why they did it because if I was because they wanted to have a competitive tournament,
Fair enough.
And like I think. Basically, that match kind of set the two of them up as going, okay, so like this is the tournament, but these guys are way better than this tournament,
Well, yeah.
So like, I kind of like that, because like,
did they sign? Did they sign him?
Yeah. Have you not heard his?
Yeah, it's Alistair Black, isn't it? Okay. But
I was really surprised they didn't call him Alistair Black on the show. I thought this would have been the best way to debut him with the name.
That's what I was surprised with too.
Yeah.
Tom,
also, you know what really gets on my nerves though as well is that he will work one match under the name Tommy End, and the commentator is Michael Cole. He will work only one match as Tommy End for that company. And Michael Cole gets the call.
I didn't think Michael Cole was too bad.
No, he's fine, but like, oh man.
And you had Nigel McGuinness though.
Yeah, you had Nigel, and it's nice that Nigel's there finally. You know,
it's like we can't have it all. Like,
no,
you know?
no.
I'd rather just
that doesn't stop me from wishing I could have it all.
It could have been worse. You could have had the Pope and Josh Matthews. It can always be worse. It can always be worse.
Mike Adam Lee and
I still like
actually Mike Adam Lee solo.
And the Taz.
No, just Mike Adam Lee by himself. I still think is worse than him with Taz.
No, the Taz.
Yeah, the Taz. It's still worse than him with the Taz.
I still like our idea of having an Irish tournament hosted by Mark Whelan.
Yeah,
that's great.
That would be so funny.
Needs to happen. Needs to happen. That's incredible.
I randomly came up with a really fun idea for like the only person I could think of that I would use in this role would be a Chuck Taylor, just because he's really good at doing kind of like meta wrestling humor.
Right.
But like, you know the way that loads of guys now, like their music just arbitrarily hits when they run down the ring.
Yeah.
Just one, like you could have a character like this where they do meta kind of humor, and like their music hits, and then it cuts to the and they're waiting there for like 30 seconds and nothing happens. Cuts to the back, and it's just him at catering talking to someone.
Like, what?
Like, oh no! As it throws food.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh no. But again, what's our rule?
Yeah, if it's fun and interesting,
we won't do it. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of fun and interesting, SmackDown.
Well, not SmackDown, more
Baron Corbin
and his.
Talking Smack Baron Corbin versus SmackDown Baron Corbin.
Yes. Well, here's the thing, right? On our own personal group, which has 7 members.
Yeah.
It's where we discuss all the wrestling. But Gary made a point that he's becoming a big fan of Baron Corbin.
Yeah. Of Darren Corbin?
Of Darren Corbin. His brother, Darren Corbin. And I agree. You know, I'm starting to like Baron Corbin a lot. It's really interesting. His finisher's good as well, but the thing about it is on his...
The finisher name makes no sense for the character.
Well, dude,
his attire makes no sense for the character.
Okay, hold on. We're jumping ahead. We're just kind of... Whoa, back a bit. Okay. Don't worry. We'll get there.
Down, boy.
Down. Now, to set stage here, right?
Yeah.
There are fundamentally 2 different people that WWE are presenting as Baron Corbin. There's Baron Corbin, who is not interesting at all on SmackDown, but has a good finisher. And then there's Baron Corbin, who's this totally different dude on Talking Smack.
It's like David Banner and the Incredible Hulk.
Bruce Banner.
No, David Banner. I'm talking specifically about the 1980s show.
I knew you were going to say that,
yeah. I wouldn't make a mistake like that. I know my...
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But then, well, we did make a mistake. We said Edge didn't win the Rumble.
Yeah. No, you made the mistake. I just didn't correct you.
That's true.
Anyway, him on Talking Smack is brilliant. Usually really quick, like just really natural.
As I said to you though, I think like
that's just him.
I think that's just him.
Either that or he just gets the character, you know. But like, there's someone who obviously is instructing him to behave a certain way when he's on that show. But like, even when he was in NXT. When he was when a part of his character was that he hated anyone who worked on the indies, all of that stuff sounded so believable and was the best part of any of his work down there. You know? But that stuff has always been really good. But it's everything around that character. It's the bells and whistles they've put on this dude. He's like, it's the same. I have problems with him on SmackDown like I have with the guy who works in the indies called Michael Elgin, where there's just a lot of like, he's trying really hard to seem tough when they could kind of do less with him.
It's always less is more is always a much better approach with things.
But I mean, there are some guys who just need the bells and whistles and to make the character work. Like, I I'm trying to think of a really good example, but like even like someone like
Roman Reigns.
I wasn't going to go Roman. I was going to go more like Braun Strowman. Kind of needs to have the crazy haircut and the attire that no person competing in a fight would have, to work. Whereas like Baron, they could really strip him down a bit more with his stuff, because like he doesn't really like. There was the stuff that they had with him do with Cena, where Cena cut a promo on him. Then he had this pre-packaged rebuttal thing, where it's just like them trying to make him look really tough. It's like, dude, you're 6'7". Can you just look like a guy who's 6'7", who'd probably beat and kick the crap out of most people anyway? Yeah. Like, do you really need to drive the motorbike to look tough? Like, it's not.
It needs a motorbike to look tough.
But that's the way they're presenting him. Like he doesn't. Because
maybe he likes motorbikes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Look at
but motorbikes don't make you look tough.
Look at the Undertaker.
Yeah, look at Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing, man.
He legit like motorbikes.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like Baron Corbin is Eric Bischoff's wet dream of a wrestler. Like he really is.
Well, kind of.
Granted, he doesn't look like Hulk Hogan, but it's. This is the thing, though. It's like I'm not. I really wish they would. Like, I wish that his finish had a different name.
Like Baron Corbin just looks like on television.
His facial expressions are awful too.
Everything about Baron Corbin on SmackDown, with the exception of his finisher, is terrible.
And even the finish doesn't make the name of the finish doesn't make sense at all.
But it's not even that he's terrible, because he is all right.
He's a functional wrestler.
No, but I do think he has all the tools there to be something much better than he is.
The presentation's wrong, though.
Oh, completely. It's just
he doesn't work the way he should. He doesn't he's a guy that honestly should not have brand name moves.
No.
Considering what his character is. He's there to win matches and not make friends, because ultimately that makes him a worse competitor.
Like, your way to book Baron Corbin is to let him have actually, hold on a minute. You could actually book him like The Undertaker. And now I'm not talking. No, let me finish.
I think more Madman Mark Calloway is what.
No, that's what I was getting at. Not evil. No, sorry, not Dead Man Undertaker.
No,
Big Evil Undertaker.
No, I was going to go like pre-Undertaker Madman Mark Calloway.
Well, they're kind of very similar. I mean, like when The Undertaker first came back doing the Big Evil thing, despite all the motorcycle and all that garbage, he debuted a series of different moves, and every time you would see him after a couple of months, he'd work in something else. Yeah.
Remember that time where the Dragon Sleep was his finish for a while?
Exactly. After years of doing Tombstone and the Choke Slam and all that kind of stuff, we saw the Last Ride. Yeah. We saw the Dragon Sleeper. We saw, the
Triangle Choke.
All this kind of stuff was all brought in.
He should be using stuff like that too.
That's exactly what I mean.
But also, one thing I'd love to see him do, because I'm a huge fan of the move, I'd love to see him doing, granted,
the Burning Hammer.
No, I was going to say the Burning Hammer's just untouchable. Yeah.
I'm still partial to the Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, that would just be ridiculous with a guy his size, though.
It would be hilarious.
The thing I would love to see him do, and granted, his finish is essentially one. Yeah, I'd love to see him doing loads of different variations of the Flatliner.
Yeah,
because again, he can go I want to win matches, and this is a really simple way to knock a guy out.
See, there's loads of different things that he can play off, because he played football.
Yeah,
and he also was a boxer and all that kind of stuff. So you do have, although I hate punchy finishers.
I never understood people disliking them.
I don't know. I think for a fake sport, throwing a punch is a bit ridiculous.
But you're fine with a super kick.
I never said I was fine with a super kick.
Yeah, but most people kind of go, oh, but the strike is... It's okay, so Shawn Michaels just had a ridiculous career then.
But Shawn Michaels had a ridiculous career. Yeah. In general. The thing... Look, hold on. Look at Shawn Michaels in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Come on.
again, this is one of those things.
It worked with his character.
Yeah, the thing that like it's one of those things where people complain about strikes and they go like, people have been able to punch for like 50 years.
No, I just think for like for example, the Big Show.
Yeah,
the Big Show doing I hate that because they just do the showstopper.
Yeah,
it looks way cooler.
But at the same time, if a guy his size punched you in the face, it would probably knock you out.
The weird thing about it is, though, I can't buy that. I don't buy that. It must just be me. I don't buy that as much as I buy the showstopper.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, you know what? Okay, fair
It's
enough.
not as visually satisfying.
Exactly, which is what wrestling should be.
Yeah.
Because it's not real. It's not like they're actually fighting.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If they're actually fighting, you're not going to do a super kick because it's ridiculous. You're not going to do a DDT because it's ridiculous. You're probably going to do a punch. Yeah. But the thing about it is, this is an MMA. This is a fake, worked sport. Entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But
so what's your thoughts on Tommy Yen's work style then? Considering how much he implements strikes into his game?
No. Strikes in the game is fine. I actually like it. I think it works too, and the strong style is pretty cool. And the MMA kind of stuff is cool. But
Tommy Yen has also had weird finishes for his matches.
Yeah, but for someone like Baron Corbin, who is 6'8", right? Well, he's billed as 6'8". He's a big dude. Working in these high-impact finishers compared to strikes or something just looks more impressive. Because remember, dude, right? You're not only working for the television audience, you're working for the people who are up in the bleachers. And as someone who's seen who's seen the Big Show multiple times, it's a hell of a lot more impressive when he ends a match with a chokeslam than with a punch, because you're like, well, I've actually seen that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But that could just be me.
Yeah, no, like I get the criticism. It's more of like I don't know. I think a lot of people have double standards towards stuff. Like, it's just stupid that he ends the match with a punch. It's like, but you're okay with a super kick?
Well, see, again, dude, big dudes, small dudes. It makes more sense for the smaller guys to be doing the martial art things because they're not able to pick someone up and slam them through the floor. Yeah. But someone who's 6'8" will probably slam you through the floor.
This is why I say variations of the flatliner.
Yeah, that would work. Exactly.
Like, he should probably also have something like a triangle choke. You know,
would look really cool. You know, I think working in these little elements, your template here is the Undertaker when he came back from injury.
But I suppose that he has that presence too.
Yes.
You know, it's just like his ring gear is ugly as sin.
Like his ring gear, his
Connect 4 entrance, his music, all of it has to go, man.
You know, maybe just give him a supernatural character.
No. That's the wrong way to go with the character.
No. If they're going to do this, honestly, I think the best thing to do would be to just have him go out and be himself as, you know, an enforcer kind of guy. But if they're not going to do that, they're going to insist in pushing him as a character. Give him a character.
Yeah.
You know, go down 2.0 kind of Undertaker light kind of thing. Which he could actually pull off. He could pull it off, and I don't think he should. I don't think it'd be a good idea. But I think he's
too young for a gimmick like that.
Really?
Honestly. I don't think he has enough experience with it. I think he also works what he's doing right. I think he works what he does on Talking Smack so well that I wouldn't change it right now. I do think you could do that in a couple of years, but I don't think he's there.
No, he's not there, but like he's not anywhere, dude. He's just floating. He's just there. He's just a guy doing
they've got a
things.
great heel character here, but they're not.
No,
they're doing something. They're doing fundamental things wrong.
They have Baron Corbin, and they have Baron Corbin the Man.
Yeah.
Or whatever, Thomas Pestock or whatever his name is. You know, they have two characters, or they have two things there.
They have a character and they've got a non-entity of a character.
Yeah, they have two diametrically opposed things, and either you bring them both in line and you start doing the great WWE formula, which is reality mixed in with a character, or you give him a character and make him work that character. Because right now, you're going to have the Dolph Ziggler situation where he's just floating.
Yeah. Well, at least they're doing something with Dolph right now.
Yeah, after like 2.5 years of him floating. And, you know, Baron Corbin is not talented enough on his own to be able to sustain that. Like, no, he's not talented. He doesn't have that goodwill with the general audience to be like.
But he's getting there. That wind is changing.
Yeah, man, he's getting there. But again, they have to kind of keep pushing this.
Yeah, but again, it's like the way they're presenting him on SmackDown has to change.
Yeah,
has to change. Like, again, I definitely think they should get rid of the end of days and just call it out like a swinging flatliner.
It would be cool,
which is what that move is. And like, because he's like the way he's in SmackDown, he's not the kind of guy where like. He's the kind of guy where like, it's like, well, use the end of days. He goes like, that's a really dumb name. Like, that's something that his character would say, But why
don't he just I don't know. Like, look, WWE have like 2 or 3 creative teams. Come up with something better for Baron Corbin and take advantage of what you have. Because if you don't, you're gonna let another thing slip through your fingers, like a list, which could be a show in itself.
And as well, so that would not be a very fun show to listen to, because it'd just be literally us listing names, because that's all we'd have time for.
Yeah, because there's a huge list, and it's a list I don't particularly want to compile myself.
Yeah.
But anyway, we
I just had like the Simpsons music play in my head of like a list of names, and then like
it's like the retractions that Rock Bottom had to repeat. Had to put up.
I was thinking more like it's like, well, of course, it can't just be one man. This is the list of people who actually get the show from script to screen. And just
there's my name right there. Yeah. Like,
that's Brett Symington.
Boom. That's what you get for taking credit to people's work. But what I will say is, Baron Corbin is someone to keep an eye on. According to those Sky Bet odds.
Yeah.
He's like the favorite to win the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. So
I can see it.
It might happen. But anyway, next week we will be touching more on the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Fiasco, which I hope it isn't a fiasco, because I love the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but judging by the last couple of years, it will be. Will the Royal Rumble turn heel yet again?
Well, once Triple H wins, I'll be happy. But if he doesn't win, I'll be upset.
Yeah.
Because, Triple H is the best of all times. He is, sorry. Just is.
It's just factually, historically, mathematically incorrect.
I don't know, man. There should be a belt designed just for Triple H, where you can just have it at all times.
There is. It's a very nice leather belt that he wears around his suit.
I don't know, man. One day,
I do believe it's tailor made for him.
One day you'll see the glory of Triple H. Anyway, so is there anything you'd like to plug before we get out of here?
All I could think about is the title of his sex tape being called "The Glory of Triple H."
Why? Why do you do these things?
Yeah. Hey, you popped it in my head.
I did not put that in your head. I'm just
saying.
You
did.
Yes, you did. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have nothing really to plug this week. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to just remind everybody that we are repeated on Saturdays and Mondays as well. So we have 2 shows going, and we will kind of keep everybody informed with any specials we have going forward as well. Don't forget to tweet the show at WVI Desk. WVI Desk 2016 is our email, and our Facebook, WVI Desk on Facebook.com. So until next week, guys, we'll talk to you then.
Bye.
Broadcasting from the Blanchardstown Centre, this is Phoenix FM